tell me, ne, did you guys ever have like infidelity issues?
From my side, if I can remember, from my side it was quite rife, but it wasn't done. This is not an excuse. Infidelity is infidelity, but it was never done out of being sober.
But how would you cheat if the organ is not really?
Hey, good question. There's certain things that you can do with somebody. It's quite funny how we can respect certain people and not respect other certain people. So now if I'm with somebody, and then your friend tells you, yo, it happened when I'm blind, yo, please. But I can do things with her, but I can't do things with you because there's a certain way I see you. I don't want to be doing certain things with you because they're not.
I get that.
It's my pervertedness, which I feel like, man,
I can't do this to her.
Yeah, but I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was like that thing wherein you just had to get an off outside of things that you couldn't do with the woman you loved.
Yes.
And did she ever find out?
Yeah.
Many times?
Yes.
Whew.
I can't keep a secret. I can't keep a phone. I can't keep anything.
So when did you lose your job?
You mean jobs?
Okay, job. Like I'm talking about like the time that you can say you went the longest without actually working. And she, I assume, was the one taking care of the household.
Yeah. It was 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
And you were sitting home?
And I was
So where were you getting money to smoke? Would you steal some of her stuff?
No, at home. Like gym equipment, my phone. I think I was the first person to probably start an Uber in South Africa.
You were driving?
Yeah, I had a car. I've had 2-3 cars, yeah.
So when you were driving, you would be driving high?
Yeah. Remember, your senses now are alert. I wasn't a cripple. But I would be
functioning.
Functioning. When I got stopped at a roadblock once, I was the last car, and then somewhere. I was in Newtown, never done Twaran. So the last car they were busy packing up as I park. Then the breathalyzer came in. This is a Saturday. I've been drinking since, or I've been doing all these things from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Do you know the guy who took the breathalyzer and had to call his station commander to come and see this thing? He couldn't believe I was standing up straight because that breathalyzer was recorded the highest he's ever seen. But I could like you don't get drunk as I told you. Yeah. And they couldn't believe it.
And even if the breathalyzer is high, if you are functioning, like what did they do? Did they arrest you then?
Then I got arrested. Bankisha got John Foster. It's just 1 day, 2 days or so.
And then
I got out.
Okay.
And the Monday guy, and then admitted. But that was a long time ago. That was like 10 years ago. So it's off the record now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yo. But how is life really in the streets? Even though you were not in the streets, but you were in the streets. How is life? Like, what would you say were some of the worst things that you had seen, happen? And also let's talk about like female drug addicts. Like, how is that? What were some of the stuff that you actually saw in the streets like that?
Female drug addicts are talking. There was one Enkemotsebam personally where she got molested, but she got molested by 3 guys. So it was literally whatever hole she had, something was in there. She's a grandmother and smokes with her kids.
The one you were close with is a grandmother.
Yeah, she's a grandmother. She's like my age, but I grew to me.
Okay, she had kids, and then the kids already have kids.
Because one about two, but the whole family just smokes. So I stick with her because it's one of the worst I've seen where it's Anibele, she smokes. Unale full blown. A house is just a mess. Everything that she does is just to forget about that traumatic experience.
Did she start smoking because of that?
Yes. Yeah, because of that. And then the funny part is that once you start, there's a thing that it's almost like a ripple effect. And then guys started doing that to her. Nah, yes, we do some really mean stuff.
For me, I will not lie to you. I do believe that, being sexually assaulted, it also, and I'm so sorry, to anyone that has ever gone through that experience, because it's something that I can only imagine, worst nightmare. But I think there's something very spiritual about it, because it's in a way that we found that a lot of people that were assaulted in that way, it doesn't just happen once, and then you have to ask yourself, like, then why the same people? It's almost like, if they say I was assaulted, and this is the other thing, you may be molested in Venda. You will come to Gauteng and you will still get by someone that is not connected to that person whatsoever. So I'm like, I think it's something spiritual, like somehow, because men are also just, like
it's as if
it's like there's just a sense.
They just know, so. And I do really believe it's spiritual, because we send things to people because we want to see them suffer. Yeah. Right now, when I was growing up, this guy died because they poisoned. No, now they actually want to see you lose everything and become this para. And then this lady now, Mona, she rock.
Okay.
Yeah, rock is very expensive. Rock, it's like not even it's like 50 rand a pop, but the high lasts maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Mutaka blow at 10K in 3 hours. Yeah, so that's what she smokes. So life on the streets, when you see people, those boys are making money, but violate their spirituality and then what must he do with the money?
He must reward himself with drugs.
Yes. Woman, she gets raped once, and all of a sudden these guys are just all over her. As a trust about, we are building a nation of
broken
people, and it's
that is such a shame,
I wonder. So really on the streets, just to finish it off, is that it is one of the most hardest places to be. Now I'm very fortunate that it's not that much, but nobody cares there. Yeah, I've seen people just really just give up. I pay like a living human soul. Now there's not even a town in South Africa where drugs aren't. They are there. Proper.
So now let's talk about your healing journey.
Yeah.
What happened?
Now I was living my best life. There was no way I was gonna stop smoking. It was now, if I can tell you, it is very spiritual. It is because now my path, I really planned it. There was a lot of things that I had planned. I'm not supposed to be where I am today. God placed me here. I can never let Nankasite. I can't push myself, but I'm saying if I had to tell you exactly where I wanted to be and how it affected and my decisions, it's fine. My healing path was 2012. It was my first rehab stint.
Okay.
Yeah. My parents, I don't know how, mothers are wonderful.
Yeah.
90% of people I deal with when I help Bana, it's women.
Okay.
The time they're not there.
Yeah.
So I went to my first rehab, Yo, it was very expensive. I'm not going to say the price.
Was it forced rehabilitation, or you were going because, oh damn, now I've been caught, and for me to get their forgiveness, I have to wanna go there, but I really don't wanna go there because I still want to continue smoking?
That was it. The second one.
Okay.
So only that thing where you're caught. Everybody's about to disown you. Everything is just falling apart. You're like, you know what? I can't stand this anymore.
Yeah.
It's just 28 days. Let me just go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kaya.
Were you still with your partner at that
Yes,
time? Do you think your partner maybe got your mother's numbers and told her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mind. I think there's so many things that I can be grateful for.
Yeah.
I've met some really cool people. Yeah, she did tell. And there was a time where I think they could see, man. They could see something because So I went to the rehab, the healing. Yeah, white rehabs and black rehabs is totally different.
Which one would you prefer?
Black. Christian.
What is the difference?
The difference is that we go through different, as black people, different spiritual journeys.
Okay.
Just not get come remedies. It's more, yes, it works for certain people. It's counseling. It's about sitting you down and rubbing your back. No, it's fine. Oh man.
As for rubbing your back.
No, everything will be fine, you know.
Wow.
I know you spend 1 million of your dad's money and everything will be fine, you know,
Yeah.
one day at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. No, so I went to that rehab. 28 days, I didn't want to be there.
But how was the what do they call this? What is this? Withdrawal.
Oh, that about felt like all these nice things, all these pills and all these
To help suppress everything. Wow.
I know you sorted out.
You sorted out
we
there.
sorted out. The first 3 days is detox. What detox are? There's a nurse on there. There's 10 of you in one room. Very nice. There's a chef. We have breakfast. Breakfast is usually not going to.
Wow, bacon, eggs, and you're basically like on vacation
Yes,
here.
there's a swimming pool there.
Wow.
Got everything top. I want to cater for your needs, and then you write your testimonies. And on Wednesday you go for your sharing. But it for me, it was just a waste of time.
Okay, so now let's talk about the black.
So the black after Kitwa Mola from the white, I think I was high after maybe 30 minutes.
Like the first thing you did was to look for drugs the moment you left rehab.
Yes, 30 minutes later. No one saying wherever it comes from, I don't care. Like
that's not what I asked you guys to do.
Yeah.
I know what I want.
Yeah.
So from rehab, when you went home the first time, you were already high.
Yes. I got out at 8. By 8:30, 9, I was in Midrand. No shame at all, excuse me. Not even remorse, no nothing. I was high.
And then when you got home, could they see you high? Okay.
Now you learn tricks again.
Yeah.
Now you learn tricks. Like I know how to beat the drug.
And it doesn't smell. Well, I was going to ask how, but I think that will be wrong.
Yes.
Let's not put that information out there. You can tell me privately. Certain information, no.
I know how to do that.
What?
So you learn as you go, and then you learn all these tricks. You meet, it's almost like jail or something. You learn tricks. But the second time, it gets worse, especially if on an level, you're taking one thing a young person must never do is take advantage of their parents.
Yeah.
Naturally, like it's really, she could have bought herself something nice.
Sorry, just for context, because I feel like there would definitely be parents that are watching this. And they have got children that are addicts. And she's on the verge of selling her house, selling her cars. And they're like, the white rehabs, the white rehabs, they're the ones that will do the trick. Because remember, again, as mothers are great,
Yes.
A mother will be like, I don't want my child to go where my child is going to suffer. I've heard, or maybe at the black institutions, they do like this and that. I love my child. I want my child to stop being addicted, but I still want my child to be comfortable. Please just help us share plus minus, even if it's not the exact number, but plus minus how much?
For
rehab.
Oh yes. Now it's a money making business now. They go
Then
no, even now, even back
okay,
then,
they go, yeah.
like they go anything. Everyone you go cry like a top notch. It goes from top notch 28 to 84. And if you really, I'm not going to say love your child because that's not.
Really want to go all the way. It's over 100.
Yeah, over 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
Wow.
this is.
And that's only for 28 days.
21.
Like
some is 21. Now it's 21 days.
Sure.
Kurumola, they give you the so-called tools, but now one thing I'm not going to stop smoking after 21 days. There's no way.
Yeah.
You can't go with anybody, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, sorry to have cut you.
No
You were
problem.
saying that, now you went home.
Yeah.
And you were high. So what happens then?
Oh, no, life continued. But here's the thing. The second time around, after Baukreti help, and you misuse it, Bele Satan is coming there. It's like, this is my soldier now.
I'm not wasting more money for you.
This is my soldier. Oh, it comes 10 times worse. What you were doing before is 100 times worse now.
Wow.
Yeah. No belo walwana, belo watarking, anything and everything is going.
You went on a bigger binge now.
Yeah, bigger binge.
So now you were just stealing everything and anything that you could see at home.
Really?
Did you ever steal from outside?
No.
You never did.
But
But that's because you had supply from within.
Yeah.
So if you were in a position where you didn't have
I
any
wouldn't.
supply around, you would
I
have
wouldn't.
definitely gone out.
Yeah, no, I tried doing it at Tamar.
What do you mean?
If you laugh at me,
I won't laugh, I promise.
There's this big intersection down there. Mo. On William Mandel, and then as you go to Rambeging. Yeah? What is that one that goes to Rambeg?
Like
From so I get it so. We go
to the N1.
Yeah, Nicole way.
Oh, William Nicole, yeah.
And then we go over the N1.
Okay, yes.
And before where they're selling like elephants ornaments. So
Oh, okay, that side.
that side.
Yeah.
So I was driving an A3 then, an
Okay,
Audi.
okay.
Yeah. And I came up with the board.
Board. Holding a board.
Yeah.
You were standing on the robot, asking for money.
I'd say don't.
Well, she didn't promise.
I think by the third car, somebody recognized you got
But you were not looking dirty.
No, you also don't look okay.
Okay.
And it's very different. More brands than anywhere. If you beg clean here, they actually give you money.
Oh, they
Yeah.
like clean people. They're like, oh, at least you're doing something with your money. You're not going to use the money on drugs.
You even stop talking. You don't even put effort in it. But not no. And that's what they start doing. So
How did you feel literally?
this is the first time I'm telling anybody this.
Oh my God. People actually do say I've got an aura where people just share their
No,
secrets.
I just know. I knew this would happen.
Wow.
So I know that lasted for less than 3 minutes. But can you see where the desperation now is coming?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I get on and I'm very grateful, but still, there was that sense of me thinking, this is what I'm gonna do. Sure. Yes. What were you speaking about now?
No, I was just asking, like, if you had ever stolen.
Oh,
But now
yes,
we
yeah.
wanted to talk about you going to Black Rehab.
Okay, Black Rehab now. 2015 came along.
Who took you there?
I wasn't taken. I was forcefully taken.
Okay. Who forced you there?
So this is what happened. I was going through a bench again.
Okay.
And the 25, I actually have the date on my leg, 25 of July 2015.
Wow.
I was living my best life. I'm finishing what I was finishing. I had my last line waiting for me. I'm taking a bath. So I get a call, but I don't know. Oh, Kistakila, I've been kicked out the house.
Okay,
Again.
so where were you staying now?
No, just the previous night.
Okay.
The next day, I was at the engine garage in a petrol. So my sister calls me. No, I call her. Again. She understands us now. She knows what space I was in.
Yeah.
And then she comes here, puts in petrol. Then I want to go home, like as in Palabo.
Like, yeah.
And I get to the full thing, you know. What's Blazo? Trying to get high again. So they found out I hadn't left. So I went back to where I was staying.
Where were you staying?
Lyndhurst.
Was it a friend's place?
No, a house. Full-on house.
A house. So no, but if you got kicked out, so you were going back home where you got kicked out the previous day? Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yes.
okay.
So I give it I took a bath, and then I think my mom found out I'm still around. So there was this lady we were staying with who said, okay.
Of course, and that's the same.
Yeah. Here go. We're going, but that trip is long. I'm talking about like 2 hours.
But that's not that far.
No, I can like
yeah.
So I still have my last line. No, it's 2 lines left. So to stop at garage, I want to use the toilet. I want to go smoke. So when I get there, if you know cocaine and cat or whatever, crystal, now I can know which is the globe.
Okay. Yeah.
Number I was a sniffer.
Okay.
So when I get to the toilet, I get a straw. I don't have money.
Okay.
But I have my ID.
Okay.
Like the green ID book.
Oh.
The middle page.
What? You were going?
No, I was gone.
You had 0 cash. What?
Till this day, I get to the guy ID.
You smoked your ID?
And I left. So as I walk, a lot of people might know this church. Smoky.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a church, but my addiction was so bad. I really just like to thank God and everybody who put me through that terrible, so-called terrible path, because there was no way I was going to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I get Fitamola. I'm like, okay, let me just check out the place. I didn't know there were rehabs about Ganga Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, the place where the lady was saying let's go, that was the church?
That was the church.
So when you got there, you were like, okay, let me just check.
Let me just
anyway,
check it out.
It's not like they're going to force me. Okay.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
They took me into a room and they brought the biggest chain you've ever seen in your life. I'm asking them, get a barring, and then 2 guys came here. But I was strong, even though you're very strong when you're on those things. On both sides. 15th of July 2015. That was the lowest part of my life. The guy even asked me, whose keys are these? I'm like, that's my car. And he's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what do you mean, what's wrong with me? I don't know.
Please wait. Okay, so these guys, they come in, they hook you. So you said they were asking you about the keys?
And then the car, that's my car. What do you mean? How old was I again? I was like 32, 31. What am fit? This is it. Kalwana.
You fought?
Bandiang.
They beat you up?
2 minutes, I was fine.
Wait, you were trying to fight, but your legs are tied. Or
tied.
Did you try fight when they were busy clipping
in between
you
everything?
So they were busy clipping and shying you. That's blacks for you. Like, this nonsense, we're not going to stand for it.
And then as I'm walking, I can see my sister, my brother also. Everybody has orchestrated this whole thing.
So now you're just like, oh, so you guys.
And then I kind of just, here I am again. Not even realizing the situation. I'm like, yeah, I can't say about 30 days. let me just act.
Okay, in 10 days I'll be out. And I'm sure you're thinking of the last line that you
Yes.
left there, like the moment I leave here, I'm sure that was like yo.
I have a story about that. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, so it was in the cooler box. But yeah, they took me in. Everything was there. My clothes, spongy. Everything was packed. And I was like, you know what? I'm too tired for this. I want to go sleep. And then that was my life for the coming couple of months.
Months. How long were you in there?
3 or 4 months.
Sure.
Yeah. But I'm talking about everything that you do, you are in chains. Like, you go to...
Chains.
Yeah.
And this time, there's no helping meds.
No.
When you were in there, were you regretting and wished you had stopped the time that I'm sure you were like, okay, take me to the white people.
There was no way I was going there because Yela, I think it was they weren't even paying much. And then Lake Limola, what they do is that they break you, they kind of break you, and that is where I'm coming in and the different systems because like reading every day, Bible studies and so. But how they break is that you come into an environment there, even who are rich and then there's ones who are poor. So there will be Ribita spider web. There will probably be like 5 of us.
Okay.
And then now as the first person out to Bakete, maybe there will be 2 nyaope and then Batafaga Omunga who's not maintained.
Okay.
So what you need to do is that now you need to start working together. This is something you haven't been doing because you've been selfish.
Yes.
Omuane, katri akarkinya ka toilet. Kitibi. Out.
Wait a minute. You are all hooked to the same chain. So you do everything together. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But, sometimes you gotta bring in the big guns.
Thank you. And people always say, no,
It's
human
abuse.
rights. And I get, okay, it's fine. Where would I be? Where would I be?
Is that when you stopped?
Yes. Kari yai wena.
I'm not coming back here.
I remember the reason why, because I'm having withdrawals the second month, and I'm on my bed, and I'm asking these guys, I need the toilet. Wherever it was a mission, and it was raining. And then we go, okay, I do what I need to do. As we are halfway, I'm like,
and now you all have to
go back.
Oh my gosh.
And it happened occasionally. And I am so grateful for that place. Like, I am so grateful.
Would you say they work more on your physical than your mental?
Yes. Or I said with me, because I've been working with people, I think that's what has helped me to stay off it. Because in the beginning, I actually let myself go. If you get me out of this, I will help one child. One became two, up until it got into the 400s now.
Is it? So do you have a foundation?
Yes, I do have a foundation. It's called Word on the Street.
Okay.
I will share all my details with...
they will definitely be here. But then please share a bit more about that. What do you do?
Excuse me. So now I'm almost like an interventionist.
Okay.
So basically, I'm knowledgeable on drug usage and that lifestyle. So parents would usually call me, I have a problem with this. Okay, mama, what do you want? Do you want me to come and talk to them? Do you want to do a drug test? Or are you looking for a rehab? I don't chain everybody up. I'm not doing that. It's a decision of the parent.
So the parents can be able to say
Yes
chain them up
or
or
no.
not?
Or they can ask for another. I've got high to low.
Okay.
Depending, not everybody can afford it.
Yeah.
They don't belong to me, it's people I work with.
Okay.
So, we have this problem. So, they sign a consent form. It is not for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm going to get crucified for this, but live with an addict and you'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
You will definitely see. Yeah.
I feel like at this point, even if there was a rehab that is like, we'll beat them every day, they'll be like, take them.
I've had parents who do that. I've had a parent who hasn't spoke to the child for a year. What's that one thing? Mpano took out all the doors in the house.
Sold them.
So you can have access to everybody and his mom.
Stuff.
Do you know what he did to his mom? Yes.
whilst he was high. But she still wanted to help him.
Hey, but now, remember now he's sober. That relationship can never be mended.
It can never be.
Mutua never la right.
Because of the acts that they did when they were not okay. So do you think that sometimes maybe it's also that thing of the addict, the recovering addict, when you get to a point of sanity, you now start thinking of the stuff that you did when you were high, and now it's like you're so down, now you want to go back so that you forget the stuff that you actually did the first time. Then is that how also part of the ways that you guys also help in terms of helping?
So now, if I could say, not us guys, but there's a 12-step program that they can follow, which teaches you, or gives you a certain lifestyle that you must follow, that you can use in order for you not to go back.
Okay.
If you don't finish the 12-step program,
you might collapse.
Yeah, no, there's 99% of people. So now I used it the first time, Gabriela, because I ended go 80. And then I went to this one where I was shooken to a point of saying, I can't do this anymore. I just can't. Enough is enough. But now that rebuilding is the most difficult part.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
But I'm also very much curious because you're almost 40. You started smoking at the age of 14. You've been here more years of you smoking than you've been here sober.
Yes,
and I don't think we can actually really count the first 5 years of your life.
No.
Like you don't know anything.
No.
How was life having to start sober? You're saying you've been sober for 9 years, which, like, I'm very proud of you, you know, honestly, because I know that definitely cannot have been easy. But how is life, like, just being sober?
Life, the spiritual part now is that, Rena, the people I'm helping have been done those things by other people. So na ke tsena kae ke tsena ke disturba dilo tse di etsang ke batho ba bangwe. What I mean spiritually gore bo mama mamang baya somewhere to go make sure gore
this person
as ka loka, because ba bona feature gage, ba bona everything. The addicts are very clever, and they go and stop it, and here comes me now trying to help this child. So I believe that I'm being spoken about on a lot of platforms. There's a problem. This is a guy who's the problem. And then it almost like having to restart. I had to do it, but I had to do it not in my own terms. Okay. Yeah, I had to do it according to how now I said I'm going to start, because I think I would have, if I hadn't gone through this journey, at some point I would have cracked. Yeah. It's every day where you see something different, but it's a losing battle. But starting over has been so difficult. Yeah. I don't even know what to say to you. That is, nobody has ever asked me that question. It's like your wife asking the husband if he's happy.
It's like, okay, I'm happy, but I'm also not too happy, you know, but I'm happy.
Yeah. But it's going somewhere. I think 40 is a new... Yeah, I'm seeing changes.
Wow. So I think, what advice would you then give? Because I feel like a drug addict, you can't advise them anything. You know, it takes themselves. I think something has to happen, you know, or either family intervention or something. But what advice would you give families that are having people that are struggling with drug addiction? Because the reason why I even asked about the price is that I know of a family member who is addicted to drugs, and this family has been trying their best to keep it sort of like a secret. They've even taken their child to like some of the best facility. I think they spent like 120,000 rands, and he's still a drug addict, you know. But then when it comes to families, what do you think would be the best thing for them to do
when they find out the child
is into drugs?
Usually when they call me, I like to speak to the mom. Kind of mom, how many siblings do you have? They usually tell me. The most dangerous people on earth or your enemies are your own family. It starts within a family. 120,000, yes, maybe it's something they have it or they don't have it. That's not the point. But there is somebody who's watching all of this and manipulating it. So, Mutula, what is the problem with them? I've went to white and I've went to black. Now I'm saying, let's try this one.
Okay.
Yeah. I always give people options
to choose.
Just know that you're choosing out of you are saying it, and then I also come from there. And there was an incident where it happened where a lady told me she doesn't have money. Got okay, one. Now I don't own the rehab. Got mom, come on, TV. Ara so much. Got okay, mom. Let's just TV is replaceable. Let's just are you TV? I think I was at her house in the morning. In the evening, he grabbed phone call.
He took the TV, sold it, and smoked it.
Yes.
Oh man.
So, material things must come last. Save us all. That's what I always push. Let's make a plan.
And save this person.
And save.
And you know, there was an instant that I saw, or an incident that I actually saw. I'm not going to mention any names, but this was on TikTok, of a mother that took her child to a rehab center or rehabilitation, which is black, you know, and I think that, you know, she came back, and I really didn't get the full story, so I'm not going to comment too much on that. But from what I just saw, it was like the mother was saying that the people there abused her child, that, you know, I don't know if the child nashapi or this and that and that and that. And you are saying that we were literally chained up.
Yeah. I was the lucky one. Remember, not all of them are. People are starting their own stuff now. Not all of them. Now that's why, if you could, I'm not condoning or pushing this system on anybody. The specific one, itumile eleso. Yes, one alibaba they eba fola. Mutunale grade 9. He wants to impose what they did to him to the other kids. And it's almost when that one affects. Yes, there are instances. I know that. I'm not going to lie. That was very lucky.
Okay.
But it wasn't all
pleasant.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant.
So I think that maybe what I'm just trying to say, to understand, is that would you say that you know, parents should allow the and trust the facility that they're taking the child to say that they're gonna do their best for the child, or should they then be checking up? But if your mother had come and found you chained up, do you think maybe she would have been like, no, don't chain my baby?
No, she'd be like, keep him more. But to answer your question, I think they should also do their research.
Okay.
Yeah, but their research. Talk to somebody who's been there. Don't go there. Also, sometimes if you listen to a child, yes, I'll tell you the truth, but they'll kind of like spin it. Yeah,
because they want to come out, obviously. Yeah.
And then no parent wants to leave their child getting beaten.
Yeah, 1,000%.
So
wow.
It is very tricky. Mara, no one said this road is easy.
Gonna be easy.
I've had incidences where I've gotten a call and then a parent is like, Mara, what's happening? And then at least I am liable for that. Now I know if something happens again,
so you have to check up, you have to know what's going on.
Because why? Leave them. So it's their own choice, and hopefully, if everything goes well, I'm planning on opening up one myself.
Yeah.
Which can cater for everything. It's gonna be fantastic. I'll invite you in 5 years.
I will definitely come. You know, I will come. But okay. Wow, this for me is very insightful. You know, it really honestly is. And I think that we do have a huge problem with drugs in this country. And I know that there will always be somebody that is like, oh, you're trying to push the narrative that Nigerians. But this is something that you are saying, that like when you were in the streets, 99%, or you can go on to say 100% of the guys that were the dealers were all of Nigerian descendant.
Yeah. And then what they do now, the distribution is going, yes, only South Africans, but the distribution.
The real guys are up here.
Yeah, South Africans don't know how to make drugs.
Yeah.
We've never been exposed to drugs. Now the ladies are becoming mules left, right, and center because there's no work. I'd rather get 70,000. Okay, now, how about when they catch somebody for R1 million of cocaine, 10 million is coming. It won't stop.
It won't.
No.
And the addiction keeps on growing
Yeah.
and growing and growing.
And then,
What do you think maybe if you were to say the government would do in terms of just helping the people in the streets?
the government must start being more. They need to start imposing stricter rules. This thing about xenophobia needs to stop. There's a meaning as xenophobia, and it doesn't mean don't let people who bring drugs in here. That's not xenophobia. That's just common sense.
Yeah.
There's certain people who do certain things. There's certain tribes, but they'll never do it in their own country.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zimbabwe, South Africa, my uncles fought this freedom and they stayed. They ran away, so they must also go fight. No, I'm not xenophobic. I'm just saying that if you're in a country where nobody wants you, then why you stay here? Nah, Nigerians, I don't walk around hating them. I don't go Yahweh, but I know exactly what they're doing. Their Naira is very weak, but unfortunately, it's coming at a price of South African kids. Because the youngest I've taken to a center was 9 years old.
9?
Yeah.
Was already addicted?
9, yes. Proper addiction.
Sure.
So can you see it's going up, down, down, down? Who's going to be voting in 2029? I'm not going to wait in line when my stomach is growling because I need a fix. No. So can you see the plan? They're weakening.
Yeah.
The youth.
The generation, the youth.
Yeah, now there's going to be this gap missing here. And that gap is the reason why this country is going to be taken over.
Collapse the system.
Yeah, collapsing
the youth
it.
is on high.
Thank you.
Drugs, alcohol. That one is very painful. That one is definitely very much
Like
painful.
when I do want to have kids now. No, like, come
yeah.
on. What are they coming into?
I'm not sure.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think maybe if I was to relocate to a better country where I don't have to be scared of the fact that when I'm 9 months pregnant, I'm at my weakest. This is the point where somebody can just come and hijack, Lord forbid, or anything. Like, you're just not safe in this country, and it's something that is really sad. Do you think there's enough education about drugs, even though we can see our youth is finishing? Do you think that the government is doing enough to kind of like, educate and run campaigns against drug addictions to primary and secondary schools? Because if you're saying the youngest you've taken in is 9, my nephew, my son, he's 10.
Yeah, he's experienced something. Surely cigarette salano it's hard at some point. Or
No.
a little bit of cider that's left in a can. He's tried something.
Lord forbid, God, please no.
So with what you say now, they're not doing anything. The campaigns are not effective.
Yeah. Well, basically non-existent. I remember when last I heard that there's a campaign going to like schools to talk about the use of drugs, because it's like, it's redundant. But it really isn't redundant, because unfortunately the other party is everywhere. Hey, come, take this.
Excuse me. And they're not doing anything. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. These campaigns, even if they are being done, the few that are done, are not being done by people like us. They're being done by people who are given these projects to say, well, Renale, we need to, whatever this quota, whatever this budget, get a gig rig, put some music on, go hand out flyers. Buy a cocoa. Why would I want to go to Santon High School or Kaika when I can go to Subatzela, where I know the difference between...
Yeah, those kids are more vulnerable.
Yeah, why bona?
Yeah.
So now it was never about the money. It was just about, can somebody at least try?
Help.
Try. Who did the other day about the army? These guys can go into Hillbrow and clean it out in 2-3 days.
But somehow someone is definitely benefiting.
Yeah.
That's why they do not. But in closing, how is your relationship with your parents now?
No, super.
Everything is fine.
It's great.
Ne?
Yeah,
and your siblings?
My siblings, it's cool. It was kind of a disappointment for me, especially as an older child.
Yeah.
when others or their friends start making fun about who I
who their older brother is.
So the thing is that with people, you can't give them a certain time to heal.
Yeah.
They heal at their own time.
Yeah.
Not only did now if she asks me for something, she still wants to sleep.
She still wants. It's 9 years later.
But
Wow.
that's her healing.
Yeah.
So I got some lorry. That's what these kids do. They come back and then 2 days later, but where's the 5 rand? Maybe they misplaced it. Just relax. Or since I'm blaming, let me go back and see.
Yeah.
You know, it
so
doesn't
you
work.
do need to understand that they are healing, which is also a great perspective. And your ex-partner,
No, it's
you guys are separate, but
Yeah.
are you peaceful?
yeah. We spoke about it. Yeah, everything is
Yeah.
like what's up?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, then thank you so much for joining us. You know, do you have any last words before you leave?
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. Well, yeah, that's a very big one. We should actually say it in bold. Do not do drugs.
Please.
It
Yeah.
will destroy your life.
I think I've said and I've covered. I'm more of an action kind of person. So
Yeah.
people can contact me. I'm 24 hours. You can call me, and if there's anything that you're not sure of, I'm here. Let's help each other. That's all I can say. And thank you guys for having me here.
You're welcome. You're definitely welcome. So what I will also do is that I will have sort of like a banner that will have all your details, and then it will keep popping up throughout the video.
Okay,
just so
cool.
that you can get the numbers. Thank you so much
Can
for
I
joining.
ask you something before?
Yeah.
Is there a possibility maybe down the line where I can actually bring 2 or 3 of the guys?
1,000%. Like not even down the line.
Even if it's 10, like even if it's just too quick. But
Not even down the line. Like as soon as next week, let's do this. You know, because I think that raising awareness is everything, because there are people out there that feel I'm not the only one. There's a mother right now that is seeing you. And she's like, if you did it, then my child can also do it. You understand? You give hope. And so the more and more people come, the more and more it starts showing that this is a possibility.
Yes.
But when we are quiet about it and we're in silence, then someone's like, it has never been done. Who am I? Who do I think I am to can do it? But it is here. You have done it and others have done it. So I would absolutely love to have them, and they will come here and we'll definitely shoot, just so that others out there can be able to know we do have a huge addiction problem in our country. Yes, the addiction it plays in different parts, but even with drugs, like, it's a real huge problem that we're having in our country. So definitely that will happen. So you guys need to look forward to that. Anyway, ninjas, thank you guys so much for joining us today from Owamie and Mr. Itu.
Celebe. I can't pronounce the surname, so it's fine.
You don't even have to try. But yeah, guys, we'll see you guys in the next upload. Mwah. Bye, ninjas.